In this video series, I'm going to be teaching you about these laws of power, how you can apply them in your life, and how you can experience this natural, recurring, internal. So what happens when we take charge of this story, we challenge the stories, we actually get to step into the driver's seat. We get to take on our life in a whole new. In the last video, I asked you about truth, right? What's the truth of your story? How do we know something is true? I personally believe, I used to live next to this cemetery and just down the street from it, and was at a time in my life where I had sabotaged my business and had sold everything that I had. How does food give us power, or how do we lose power through food? Well, for most of human history, food came to us from the market, from the farmers. It was picked. So throughout history, our ability to get certain kinds of food was a real challenge, right? There was these three. Our modern world tells us, and marketers tell us, that we're going to get our power through a pill, through a bottle, through some kind of substance external from our. So I try to keep things really simple for my own sake. I told you it's got to be something that's easy. It's got to be something I can do on my worst. This is the crazy thing to me is people say, why? Why is the channeling, the secondary instinct, the sex drive, the third, and give you a little bit of background, a little context so you understand where I'm coming from. And none of us like to be told what to do, right? None of us like to be told what we should eat or not eat, or how we use our body. Sex was always meant to be interesting and exciting. But in our modern world, with marketing, with the internet, with everything else, sex has become nothing but an adrenaline rush. So how do we access the greatest power that's available through our sex drive? We have this energy source, we have this ongoing drive. So in some of the other videos, I've told you, you're starting to figure out by now that I often learn through difficult experiences. In this video, I want to talk about the body. So one of the things about natural laws is that they're self-evident. What does that mean? It's like gravity, right? Gravity for all of us here on planet Earth is self-evident. One of the ways to align in our body with the natural laws and experience the power, experience this energy and this regeneration, is to learn how to move the body and these natural laws in the body to align with power and to be able to recharge our energy. And I want to teach you in this video, learning to align the mind with the natural laws that exist is one of the most important parts of accessing your power. The challenge is our mind is. Facebook is this weird place where people only post the fantastic things that are going on in their life. Except me, I sometimes post challenges and things like that, but for the most part, in this video, I want to talk to you about the power of your mind to help you create and intentionally using your mind as a tool. Plan. I talked about fantasy versus mental rehearsal. This is mental rehearsal. This is how it happens. So we started to mentally rehearse, and then he started this work of actually doing this. He showed up in this town and he starts telling Spirit. It's one of the 7 irrefutable laws of power. Like I said in the last video, we live in an incredibly noisy world. And if we want to be able to align with this natural law, so in talking about aligning with our spirit, I know there's people that come from all different walks of life and all different beliefs. So a lot of people have asked me, why is stress reduction the 7th law, the 7th irrefutable law of power? I'm like, well, how does that have to do with, having power in your body? And on the last video, I talked to you about adrenaline and stress on the nervous system. I don't know about you, but there was a time in my life, and maybe I'm a bit extreme. So if you've spent any time with me at all, you know that I'm a big believer in creating change in alignment with how our brain already functions. And one of my favorite places in the world is the ocean. And it almost doesn't matter which ocean that I've been to. There's something about it, I don't know, it calms me, it teaches me. And